So we got going on over here. Good morning, everybody. And how are you? I think I'm just talking to the wind today. I scheduled it and I forgot to tell anybody about it. But that's okay because I am doing a thing today. Oh, and I have all my sound still on. I have all my sound on. That's what I need to do. Nope, turn that one off. Go back to here. La 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 la. I wonder if I should make a quick post over in harass my wife's group. Anyway, that's okay. So I guess this is going to be the same as a recorded. I'm 1,000% certain I'm the only one here right now, and that's okay. That's okay because I'm fixing a screw up. I did this, I did that as a tarot mat, and I filmed myself doing it. There's actually a video of it. I've videoed it, and then just as I was finishing up, I noticed there was a hole. There was a hole in the fabric, in the backing, and that can happen. Like rotary cutters, these guys. If I could get one to pick up, you guys should know what a rotary cutter is. They're razor sharp. You drop one when you're not thinking about it, especially ones like this guy here. When you, I'm pretty sure that's what happened. This guy here, when you uncover the blade, you have to push it back up. So if I uncovered the blade for whatever reason and then ended up dropping it, then it hit the fabric. But anyway, I was just about finished making the this cloth. I was just about finished making this cloth and I noticed that there was a whoops. I'm over here today. I got a better camera so there's no wobble. So I'm gonna try and see how that works today. It doesn't like to focus in anyway. I don't know if I can bring it in close enough to see. Yeah, you can see it. So I sewed it shut so it's not gonna wreck itself. Well, I decided what if any. I didn't want to throw it away. I didn't want to resize it. It's a pain in the ass to take all the stitches out. Anyway. So what I'm doing today is I'm going to take this one that's already done and I'm going to make a quick one. I'm going to make a quick one using the same backing. I've got the same backing fabric. So I'm going to make, this is just going to be the back. This is just going to be the back of the bag. And this is going to look like a bloody mess until it's done. So I'm just going to get going. I'm going to get going and get started and see what happens here. This is a bloody mess because I put 505 on to connect down my batting and then realized I grabbed the wrong piece of fabric. Had to take the batting off, so it leaves that behind. It's not a big deal. Nothing's wrecked. Anyway, so I'm just going to get right to it. I'm going to get right to it for all 3 or 4. Hi, everybody who's coming in. I was not smart enough to actually announce that I was going live. So this is probably going to be a very small number of people today, which is fine. I'm doing some messed up shit today. Okay, so what I'm doing, I have been promising for a while that I was going to take this, I made the grocery bags, and I've been promising for a while that I was going to go ahead and make a smaller bag. This is a happy accident. I'll explain as I go. Because whether or not anybody shows up, it's still a video of me, and I can show you guys how to do some stuff. So anyway, I'm gonna leave that like that. There's a video showing how I did this properly. I'm not doing this properly. There's nothing proper about what I'm going to be doing here today. Okay, that is the back to this one, correct? Yes. There should be a second piece. I should have a second piece of this stuff. Anyway, I did grocery bags a while ago, and I've been promising that I was going to swing back. Oh yeah, because I don't need that. I need a pocket. Okay, I hope you guys, anybody who is actually here, I hope you guys can hear me okay. Whenever I physically turn away, the microphone's over there today. So whenever I physically turn away, you're not going to be able to hear me as well if anybody's having a problem hearing me, please let me know. Okay. Let me just see this. Hey there, Wandering Witch. Okay. Oh, can you not hear me very well? I thought I had the. Okay, so I've got the mic. I've got a camera here, off to the side. My computer is like over here. Computer's here. I got a webcam, but I put it on. I got an external webcam. Well, I borrowed Lisa's. So the webcam's here and the microphone is just behind the webcam. But if I'm not facing the microphone, it may not be picking me up as well as I'd like. So what I'm doing is, I don't know if anybody who's been around for a bit, I did grocery bags a while ago. And I said then that I was going to do a tutorial showing how to make a smaller bag. And then I fucked this up. I already explained it, but I won't force you guys to go back. Basically, when I made this one, I did this one on a video, but just as I was finishing it, I'm not kidding. I'm like here, sewing up to here, and that's when I realized that there's this cut in the fabric right there. So it's unsellable, but I hung on to it though. Like, what can I do with it? Anyway, today I'm going to turn it into an insulated grocery bag. And what I'm going to do is the most fucked up version of this, because this one's already finished. So I have to do actual binding. And because I have to do actual binding, I get to take some shortcuts. So I'm still going to bind the top, because the top will stay bound when it's done. But this is going to be an insulated tote with a pocket. Let's see if I can get this done. Perfect. The sound is working, and obviously, when I'm sewing, I get distracted. Feel free to chat among yourselves, because I'm not going to get jealous. Well, actually, I will, but I won't admit it, so it's fine. Okay. So I am doing things ass backwards today. What's my clips? They're right in front of me. That's the first thing I do is turn around backwards. I'm doing things a little bit ass backwards because I'm working with an already damaged. Normally, if I'm making a bag, I would leave these seams open and then sew the two bags together. There's a different process, right? But because I'm salvaging some scrap, and I need a small bag, you know, the one that you carry your bread and eggs in, the one that you throw all the other bags in. And I like to have, when possible, a quilted bag where both sides are quilted, is insulated just nicely enough, for me at least, that I can get my stuff back from the grocery store and it stays cold. So this is going to be the outside. This is going to be weird. This is going to be a weird thing. Like I said, this is me messing around and salvaging something that I have no idea how I wrecked it. I probably just had one of my rotary cutters, like this rotary cutter here. This rotary cutter here does not automatically spring back. If I left that open at any point, then it's entirely possible. Should I switch over to a walking foot? I should. I'm going to put a walking foot on. Anyway, this is just me salvaging today. And I'm just going to say that over and over and over again. But ideally, when I'm done... Oh, that's okay, Michelle. I just like to know that there's people here hearing me babble on instead of me just screaming into the void. So that part's fine. So this is the walking. I'm not even going after the right camera. This is the walking foot that comes with the Janome machine, and they are specially made. I really like the walking foot. If you happen to have a Janome, it has to have this. If you happen to have a Janome that comes with the walking foot, because there's a special thing up here that your walking foot has to clip into. Otherwise, you're going to use one of these. They are clunky and noisy, but they're great. There's no motor or anything like that. It's just the spring mechanism to make this work is all housed back in here. And I'm gonna have to. I don't have as much time. Well, I have time, but I don't have as much time as I think I have because I want to get that bag completed. Walking feet are a pain in the ass to put on. So just keep that in mind. They're tedious. Yeah, if you're doing the Janome one, just snap everything into place first. You can drop the foot down. I like to keep the foot up until I get everything on it. There we go. Sometimes you have to lift the foot part way, and sometimes it's even easier if you have a second person that's willing to just hang out and help you for a minute. They're not hard to switch. They're fiddly. A walking foot is fiddly. Does everybody know what a walking foot is? We'll assume. Just come in here. So a walking foot. There it is. It's in here. Why it's not focused? That's even better. A walking foot, basically, that comes up. That comes up. This stays a little bit higher than a normal foot. And so it walks in sequence with the teeth that are below, and it helps feed your fabric through smoothly. Can't even say it today. My God, helps feed your fabric through more smoothly, so that you're not going to get. I'm going to be putting a lot of fabric through here because once this is done, I'm going to be doing this on top of that one back there, and yeah. So, and I'm not doing any special designs today. So I'm kind of just, the batting starts here. Get my foot over here where I can reach it. And we're just sewing that down. It is just a generic tote bag for hauling my groceries around. So I'm not going to be putting as much effort into perfectly straight lines and all that stuff today. But well, that's all the way over there. Might that be lined up the way I want it to be? Okay, we're back over here. You guys are over there. Man, you guys drunk already? Jeez. Come on. Where's it? Is it there now? It's there now. I really like this webcam. It's a really good webcam, but it doesn't actually always keep up with a lot of motion. So that is the outside. That is the inside. Oh yeah, that's what I forgot. I have to do proper binding today, which is why I am screwing around. Because what I'm going to do, where's that piece? Okay. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm going to line this up. That's this part that I just made. I'm going to line these two up so that they can be the top. Okay. This actually isn't going to be as bad as I think it is. Do I want to mark this first or do I want to cut this first? I'm going to mark it first. Okay. I'm going to fold this one in half. Give it a crease. And I'm going to up here with my pencil. I'm going to mark the top of this. I'm going to mark the top of that. Okay. Because, actually, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Like I said, this is me. This is kind of a screwing around day for me. But anyway. Line everything up. I need to take off. There's no point in picking all this out. I'll be here for days and I don't want to do it. So I am going to just cut that off. I'm going to cut it off from the top, the sides, and here. I've made sure I'm going to be boxing the bottom here to turn it into a tote. So that damaged piece of fabric that damaged section either needs to be here or here. So that when I box it, it's going to come off. So I'm putting it, I've already marked the top of these and got them lined up. I just want to make sure I don't need to mark the top of them anymore. Okay, this is where things are going to get. This might not take me as long as I think it's going to. Where's my roller? There it is. Okay. So I'm going to line up just on the inside, just right where that rolls over. I'm looking up at the wrong camera anyway. So I am lining up just here. This is not the easiest to see, but I am lining up here. I'm taking that off and I'm taking that off because doing it the other way. And I'm matching, I'm doing them one on top of the other. So they're going to be more or less the same. They're going to be mostly the same size when I'm done. Just the purpose. And I'm going to get a bigger, don't forget I'm going through 4 layers of fabric, 2 layers of batting. This is just off of the mat. I don't feel like adjusting things anymore. Did it all come off? No, it didn't. If you're not 100% sure that you're pressing down hard enough, then just go through, hold everything in place, and then just gently peel that away. Normally my space isn't so awkward. Normally I'd be doing it over there. I just don't want to run the camera back and forth every 5 minutes. So line this up. Get those out of the way. Again, I'm just to the inside so that when I run my cutter up, this section here, I just get it off and I'll show you. When you're going through heavy, thick things, you're either going to want to go like that. Never do this. Never come here and draw back toward yourself, because if you miss accidents like that, kind of do happen. So, yeah. So now I've just taken off. I've taken off the fold over part. I've taken off my excess. And now I just come down to the bottom and do it again. I think I'm further along on this than I think I am. Okay, when you're doing the bottom part, and don't forget, this has only been sewn, the bottom one's only been sewn in one spot, and I didn't pin anything yet. I can be lazy about it. I can absolutely be lazy about it because I'm using scrap fabric and the leftovers of a project that didn't work out. Okay, so now I know that this has already been quilted. This is a complete mat. I'm just repurposing it. So that one's over there. This one, we're going to get back to the top here. So we've got that. That's going to be the outside. That's going to be the inside. And I'm going to turn it over to the back. Oh, hello, Lexi. Lexi's late. Lexi's late. Okay, everybody just give Lexi a hard time. It's your job to yell at Lexi for being late. I would do the Julia Child's voice, but I bit my tongue. I bit my tongue like 2 days ago. You ever do that? You bite your tongue. You bite your tongue, you mind in your own business. You bite your tongue. I had an extra piece of fabric. Where'd it go? I got to rummage. For a minute at least. Well, there it is. Okay. I'm putting in a pocket. This is where I'm doing weird shit. Okay. This batting is rated for 10 inches. Oh, I was off center. Well, that's okay. That's okay. I was off center over here, and I've got no batting in that. I don't care. You know what? It's a tote bag made of scrap, made of literal scrap. This should have gone in this under normal circumstances. This would have gone in the garbage because I can't fix it. Once it's okay, you can fix it, but once it's all sewn down like this, it is such a job to fix it, and I just simply don't have time. This is fabric. You know, this fabric here. This piece was damaged. It's not damaged. It's just that I had to reposition, so now it's mucked up. So I can only use it for certain projects that complement what I'm doing. Anyway, we're gonna take this out of there, right? We're gonna leave this up here. We're gonna leave this just up to the top, so I have something to go against. I'm gonna measure it just briefly. Get an approximate measurement of what I ended up with. So it's almost 14 inches across. I'm going to do 2.5 inches on this side, 2.5 inches on that side. So I'm losing 5 inches. So I've got 9 inches of space to work with. Let me bring this back down here. I'm putting in a pocket is what I'm doing. Okay. So I'm taking off 2 inches on this side. I'm doing my pocket 2.5 inches. Okay. Oops. Yeah, that's good. So where my pocket's gonna go in, I want a nice big flat bottom. So it's gonna be 2.5 inches, 2.5 inches. I'm gonna have, that's 5 inches total. Oh, I didn't plug my computer back in. Where's that? We're lucky I'm still online. There it is. We're lucky I heard the thing. There we go. I moved my computer. I forgot to plug it in again. And this computer's old enough for battery shit. Okay. Okay. Oh, Lexi's into being punished, people. Go ahead, help yourself. Okay. I get to shut up. Okay. I'm doing a 2.5 inch here, 2.5 inch here. And that's where I'm going to do my boxes. Because you gotta know this up front. So I'm losing 5 inches. It's 14 inches across. That means I've got 9 inches to work with. I want wiggle room so that I don't have to do this perfectly. So I'm going to do a 7 inch by 5 inch pocket. I'm going to do a 5 by 7. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to get that out of the way. I'm going to be careful. Don't forget, I'm lazy and I never pin that. And I still have to do things with it. This is, I forget where I learned this. Okay. So I'm just going to, I need 9 by 7. This is scrap, by the way. I forget why this is scrap, but it's scrap. This is scrap. So this is the kind of thing that I save for little projects. So this needs to be 9 by 7. I don't have a lot of space today because I'm over here so that you guys can see. So I'm going to rough cut like 10 or 11 inches. And then I'm just going to 5, 6. Well, I did that wrong. And you want to fold this in half. Ugh, I did it wrong, and I don't care. Oh, no, this is fine. Okay, so then I want to go up to like 14 or 15 inches. Okay. So just figure out how wide you want it to be, and I want it to be about 7 inches wide, and I want it to be about 7 inches wide by about 5 inches tall, but I'm going to be folding it in half. So I need it to be 7 inches wide by 10 inches tall. And then I need to fold it over. You know what? I'm going to do 7 by 6. 7 by 6 is nice. So you want it to be 7 approximately. You want it to be approximately 7 by approximately 12 so that you can fold it in half and get a 6. I'm just doing that. I'm just doing it rough for now. Okay. Well, that's perfect. So, because this is, all right, and go 9. No, I want to go 7. I want to go 7 by 6. 6 is the entire width. Fold is down here, so I don't cut it. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. If you're trying to do it perfect, those are the measurements that you're looking for, or whatever size you think is appropriate for a pocket. Okay. I kind of want to be able to, maybe if something is going on, I want to be able to like throw my wallet. That just seems weird. Maybe it's too, well, it doesn't need to be that tall. Okay. What do I think of it? That's fine. Okay. Now here's where the weird shit happens. Okay, so I'm going to turn it around. So I've got my seam at the top. Oh, look, it's black on black. You guys are going to have the best possible view. Look at that. Let's see if I can get this down. Oh, there we go. That's not bad. This is one of the reasons why I wanted that on the tripod. So I'm going to be doing this. The seams are going to be here, but what I'm going to do first, fold it in half. Don't quilt. Okay, you have to quilt this. This has got batting in it, so you do have to put some quilt lines in, because if you don't, it's going to slump. And I want to be able to wash these. The reason why I want these made out of nice cottons is because if I'm carrying like some hamburger and it spills, I'm going to need to be able to put this in the wash. So let's go back over to the sewing machine. I might start doing this for regular filming. This is kind of nice. So I'm going to just go approximately 1/4 inch or whatever makes sense to me. We're folding it. We're just putting a seam in with the pretty sides together. Because I just once I have this pocket in, doing about 1/4 inch all the way around. Go along the bottom. Back stitch. Leave enough of a hole so that you can flip it back, flip it inside out, or inside right again. Okay, so anybody who's semi-interested, I am just in. By the way, for anybody who missed it, I bit my tongue earlier, so I'm sounding a lot more serious than I intend to sound. Anyway, so leave a hole in the bottom because you're gonna have to flip it, and then just finish sewing it all the way around. Don't forget your top was already done. Okay, so that'll be it. This isn't, well, okay, I'm skipping a step though, because I have some old strapping. I have some old strapping that I cut off of an old bag, and that's going to be the handles for this bag, so I don't have to make handles. I get to skip an entire step. This panel, the one that I'm pointing up off in the hinterlands here, that one's already done. So I am saving a lot of time with this. If you want to make this bag, this is what you're doing to work with. You just prep 2 of these instead of 1. I've just got one that's already done, right? Done and quilted. For if you don't want to pocket, there's a whole bunch of stuff that you're going to be skipping, so that's fine. So what's new with you guys anyway? I'm just whining because I bit my tongue, but other than that, I haven't got much going on. Trim the corners, a little less bulk will make it easier. And if you're going to trim the corners, can you see it? Of course you can't. Okay. If you're going to trim the corners, make sure you're not cutting the thread that's at that corner. If you do cut the thread at that corner, for this particular project, it's not going to matter as much, but that's fine. Okay. So now, oh, I should be ironing this. I'm not going to iron this. I don't have to iron this. Like I said, I'm turning a project failure and some scrap into a bag that's going to be used for hauling around ice cream or bread, milk. I want it for eggs. Oh, wait, 9, 14. This has to be 12 inches when it's done. This has to be, well, it doesn't have to be, but I'm only going to do a 2-inch box because I need it to finish. That's still going to finish at 10 inches. That's fine. It's not going to be big. I was hoping to end up with it being big enough to carry a pack of eggs. So I'm going to just go back and do the other big one. Okay. Okay. So we've got the hole here that we're going to ignore now. We ignore the hole. We don't care about that hole. We don't. You don't have to sew that hole shut. If you're concerned, sew the hole shut, but you don't have to. So you're going to do that, and you're going to do that, and you're going to do that. You're going to figure out where you want it. Just trust me on this step. You're going to figure out where you want it. You want it more or less centered. You can eyeball it or 4 inches. Boop, 4 inches. This is kind of waved in a little bit because I didn't iron it. And I don't think I'm not selling it. Maybe I'll be a little bit more careful, but I'm not going to iron it. Yeah, well, okay, so you make the pocket. If you want to have, I like to leave these just soft. This is the top. This is the top where the fold was, right? Now, if you want it to have some texture, then now that you folded it back normally, you can sew across it once. This is where it gets interesting, okay? So my original mark is there. Let's just do that. Okay. I want it like within a couple of inches of the top. You have to know up front whether, because once I box this, that's not going to really be available as space. So you have to put that there. It's my pins. This is a job for pins, whether you like using, I hate using pins. Let me get this back down so you guys can see it. This is a job for pins. So I've got this. I marked the halfway point on the fabric already. I just gave this a quick little fold, so I had a crease line to look at and line those up. I'm going to put one pin on this side. Come on, all the way through and back again. One pin on that side. One pin on that side. Don't forget, I still have to quilt all this, right? I still have to quilt all this. This is the part that's going to kind of blow your mind. This is the part that's going to blow your mind. Okay, so first thing I have to do is run a stitch. Okay, it's always better to center this stuff, so I'm going to run a stitch all the way down the center, right? So let's go over to the machine. Hopefully you guys, I'm doing black on black because it's what I need for the project, but hopefully you guys will be able to see what I'm doing. So I'm going to start at the very top here. And like I said, I've got a little chalk mark here. I know you guys can't see it, but I can. I'm going to start right at the top. Actually, I'm going to come down. I'm going to start right where the seam line is. There's a seam line right there. So a walking foot can go back about one stitch, but walking feet do best when they're consistently moving forward. Now, some machines have a button that will let you just, and this one does. Where is it? I never use it. Come on. Why is it not working? Okay. Some machines will have a button that will let you just stitch in place. I'm just going to go backwards by one stitch. See, it's not, oh, it's moving, but it's not really moving. So I'm going straight down here. Under normal circumstances, I would have, under normal circumstances, I would make a line. If I thought I was going to sell it, I would use a chalk line. These chalk pencils are great. Chalk pencils are great because they leave a little chalk line, but they do wipe off. So I took one pin out. I'm going to fold this back. And I'll come all the way down. Now my center is done. Well, there's not done yet. I'm going to go all the way to the bottom because I already know that I'm saving that part. Oh, see, it did go backwards. Sometimes a walking foot doesn't want to go backwards very well. Okay, so now I come back over here. I fold that back into place and I put my pin back down. Now that is a pocket. Okay, now what else I have to do? Aha. Okay, so I put my pin back in, right? This is where it gets a little bit weird. So you have to, basically you have to plan your quilting in advance. So now I'm going to come from the edge and I'm kind of figured out where I'm lining up my next line where the bottom of this is. And like I said, this is scrap using scrap. I'm not agonizing how centered I am. So then once I hit this section, I'm going to sew that bottom down. That bottom's going to be sewn down. Don't forget the section where we turned it, that's getting sealed down. And just keep going to the very edge. Okay, cut that. Okay, now I've got a quilt line here and a quilt line here. I kind of want one that's semi-centered. I don't care if it's perfect. So I'm going to come down here. I'm just getting it started so that when the needle is down, I've now got something holding everything in place for me, right? Both pins come out. That folds down. It's already sewn in place, so it's not going to come off anymore, right? Keep going. All the way across. Obviously, this trick only works with if you're sewing, if you're doing straight lines. Because if you were to try to do, well, you could do anything else that you wanted. So, if you are doing more quilting, just leave this folded down while you get that done. You can go down here and do the bottom now because you're not doing anything with that. So I want one that's going to be halfway. And like I said, if you're so now I've got this and it's just floppy. Now I'm going to go like that. I'm going to put one here. Don't forget unboxing it. Unboxing this. I'm going to be boxing this stuff down. So it's going to be like that. So I'm just going to go from the top and catch the outside edge of this one. Yeah, that is one thing I like about the walking foot on the Janome machine. It's a specialized foot that's developed by Janome specifically for this machine, and you need this little section right back here. That's just all, not that part above here that exists to help the foot. So you can't just put it on another machine. Okay, and don't forget, pin it back down again if you have to. I'm not concerned. Uh-oh, I'm gonna cut it here. It went off too far. Okay. Do. Put your pins away because I'm paranoid. I don't want to drop her on the floor and have the dogs get at them. Dogs are weird. They will like, hey, is this food? And they will just keep trying until they've like hurt themselves. Dogs are really weird. Okay. So now I've got a pocket and it's still quilted properly around it. That's the quilting. That's the quilting that you're going to see on the front of the bag. And on the back of the bag, I've done it in the right order. Like I said, center stitch first. Fold that over. I pin this in place first. You can do this stitch and then put all this in place, but I just find it easier to, for me, it's easier if I put it on first. Pin, take it off. So do that one first, then that one, then these ones, then anything else that you want to do around it. And like I said, if you're going to do multiples through here, just do them while it's off. If you're going to do multiples down here, do the same thing. And you can start it before you put the pocket in. I just find it, for me, I find it's easier for me to keep my visualization in place and to keep everything lined up. So there you go. That's the pocket. Trim some of those long things. Okay. Now, is there anything else we got to do before we do this part? Okay. So this part is always pretty sides together. That is the outside, and generally speaking, okay, I don't know about you, but generally speaking, if there's a pocket in something, for me, it automatically becomes the back. So pretty sides, that is the pretty side. Pretty sides together. And I'm going to clip it. I am going to clip it. And I'm not going to worry about it. I mean, you're clipping it like this is a little tiny bit bigger. Doesn't really matter as long as everything lines up. Okay. Clip it. I'm not going to do a lot of clipping. I'm just going to trust. I'm going to do it as a trust exercise and get it done because, like I said, scrap using scrap. Doesn't really matter which way is front, top, up, down. Oh, I keep going back for one at a time. This is where life gets a little messed up because some machines do better than others at going through this many layers. I will say, let me get back over here. Man, I've only been on for like 30 minutes and I think I'm almost done. Maybe I'll have to do some other stuff. I don't know. We'll see. Mind you, then again, I bit my tongue and I'm not happy about it. I bit my tongue. Like, you ever do that? You bite your tongue and like 2 days later, you're still like, what the fuck's going on, right? Pardon the swearing. I'm not happy that, well, I swear at the best of times, but I'm not happy that I bit my tongue. So even if you're pinning or clipping or doing whatever it is that you're going to do, make sure that you're double checking that nothing has slipped, and you're getting both the top and the bottom. When it's just fabric. Sorry guys, I've got a better camera, but it doesn't play nice with StreamYard. So I got to maybe figure that out, because this camera likes to get out of focus and stay that way for a while. And if I look down and look back, I miss it. Anyway, get over there. Anyway. Because there's not a lot of heaviness, nothing's been, I don't know how to describe this, but well, look at that. This does not warn me. This does not warn me when the bobbin runs out, and the bobbin ran out because I was concentrating on that. I didn't see it. Let's just back up. Let's just back up and change that. No biggie. Shit happens. What I like to do, whatever color I use the most of, I keep extras. Because I know that I'll go through black. I buy black like 10. I buy black like by the ton. I'll just figure out where you were. Okay, so when this happens, there's no back stitch here because it just screwed up, right? So back up about an inch or so. Back up about an inch or so and go back over the same spot. Take your time. I can barely see it. You guys aren't going to be able to see it all. But take your time and go back as close to possible where that exact line was. Obviously backstitch, which I didn't do. And then just go over that same line again, and then that will help pin it back down. Anyway, what I was getting at is, as long as the machine itself can physically handle the thickness, when it's material like this, because batting is 2 layers of fabric batting, fabric and batting is soft, it should go through it. The issue is never really, the issue isn't, you don't usually get the issue here. What you get the issue with is when I come back off the top here and try and go over this stuff that's already been sewn down, because that makes it, sewing it down compresses it and makes it harder, makes it more difficult. So, but if you're using a regular sewing machine, stop and if you're not using a walking foot, which of course most of you wouldn't be, make sure you stop often. Oh, somebody new came in. Hello, Anise. Yeah, I scheduled the stream and then forgot to announce it anywhere. My own fault, but that's okay. I bit my tongue a couple of days ago, so a nice quiet day for me is probably better anyway. I'm going to bitch about how I bit my tongue because it's just annoying. You bite your tongue, and then you bite your tongue just in the right way, and then you spend the next 2 or 3 days with your tongue ever so slightly swollen, so you're terrified you're going to do it again, and then of course you do it again. There's got to be a way to put a Band-Aid on it. Okay, so back up again. One thing I will say, if you're using a walking foot, if you put too much pressure, like if you're like, oh, and you put too much pressure, you can actually force your walking foot to stay in the same spot. If you're using a regular foot, it can start pushing stuff forward and creating little pleats that you're not looking for. It's not the end of the world, but be aware of it. I find that when I'm using a regular foot, I just stop often and check. Don't have to go as fast as you can. Don't have to go as fast as the world will take you. Oh, more people. People are finally figuring it out. Yeah, that was all me, guys. I scheduled this stream on Saturday. I forgot to post it anywhere. I just scheduled it and walked away. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So, we're actually closer to done than it seems. So these two are sewn together. That's sewn together. So now we have the bag. This is the bag, but we have to trim it. I have to box it. So now I have to go My ruler just doesn't like me right now. I have to go 2 inches, measuring from where the sewing was put in, where the stitches were put in, not the edge of the fabric. So 2 inches, 2 inches. I'll repeat myself. I don't mind catching myself up here. I made a tarot mat. It's the one I did. It's the one I did on camera. I can't say on camera apparently clearly. I made a tarot mat. I did it on camera. Just as I was finishing up, I realized that there was a small cut in the fabric in the corner, right where the binding was. Like, I mean, right at the very edge. Anyway, that made it unsellable. But what it did make it is perfect to repurpose it into a tote bag, which I desperately need. I wanted an insulated tote bag. You're cutting through a lot of shit here. Get your heaviest pair of scissors. Okay, I should have said this first. If you don't have scissors that can cut through 2 layers of batting, 4 layers of cloth, if you don't think your scissors are heavy enough for this, then trim each one of these out before you start. Trim it out each panel at a time. There's plenty of points at which you can stop and do this. Take your time. You don't want to cut past where your little mark was. So I'm just cutting through everything all at once. I'm taking my time. I am. I'm already working with something that fell apart once already. I'm not doing it again. Okay. Take that off. There's got to be something interesting you can do with these corners. Like, look at that. Like if I could find a way to, like, they could be like little. No, they're garbage. I don't know what I want to do with them. Oh, you did need some, like, oh my god, wait, the name sounds familiar. Oh my god, we're packing that up and sending it out tonight. We will pack it very, very carefully and ship it very, very carefully. It'll be fine. But yeah, it was like, I haven't had it. Yeah. Thank you, by the way. Much gratitude. Okay. Dish is done. This is done. Okay. I need some pop. By the way, if you're in Canada and have access to the superstore and you're on a fucked up diet, they have caffeine-free diet cola that's also low sodium. And it doesn't taste as crap as I thought it would. Oh, you guys can see my jammies. Got a stroke. I don't know. I have no idea what the hell's going on. We had to put the air conditioner in. God, when did we put the air conditioner in? We had to hook up the air conditioner because it wasn't a heat wave, but the first blast of heat of the year can feel like a heat wave. So we had that going on, right? So we had that happening. Hook up the air conditioner. And it's like, oh, okay, this is great. We're getting through this. That's fine. And today, I almost turned the heat on in the bedroom last night. It got so cold. And we are not supposed to be this cold here. I mean, considering, so, okay. So, try to line up this corner, try to line up this seam with that seam, pull it open, pin it open. Do the same thing on the other side. Do the same thing on the other side. Yeah, but here's the thing. We put our air conditioning in and we used it for about a week and it's been off ever since. I mean, it is weird. Okay. I don't want to complain because it's definitely working out in our favor. I'd rather have, this is going to sound weird, but I don't know. So basically just get all that opened up, line up your corners, pin it, clip it, pin it. Pin it, clip it, pin it, do whatever you need to do. This is going to finish. I'm not even going to bother measuring it. Like I said, this is just me screwing around today. I figured out I spotted the slice in the fabric. Yeah, I was just finishing up this one, which I even did on video. I was just finishing this one up and realized that there was a slice in the fabric right here. It was already way too late to do anything about it. Wait, I mean, unless I suppose I could have went and just got another piece of fabric. Now I figured it out. I could have just went and got another piece of black and did it again and just covered one with the other, but I didn't want to do that. I was like, I'm angry at this now. Okay. So, see, it's looking like a bag. It's looking like a bag now. This is going to be an insulated shopping bag. I put a pocket in it. If that's of interest to anybody who sews, who's just showing up, then just keep in mind how easy that is. So I'm going to go all the way across once, straight stitching, just doing it once. I am going to, I'm cutting this at exactly, oh yeah, this is not, you guys can watch the cutting mat. Cutting it at exactly 2 inches means it's going to be a little bit wider than that because your seam allowance pushes it up, yada, yada. But anyway. Oh, the wifey just showed up. I'm making, I didn't tell you what I was making, did I? I am turning that taro mat I'm making an insulated bag out of that taro mat. I just did another, I just popped on a quick backing piece. As much as I'm pulling the I don't care, I already kind of know exactly how it's turning out. That sounds weird. I made it sound weird. I'm going to reinforce this. Usually I would just come back and zigzag over it, and I'm not going to do that. I'm going to reinforce this. So basically, let's turn it inside right for now. So the pocket's there, badly aligned to the camera. Yeah, there it is. There's a pocket right there. This webcam is great because it's not wobbly and it lets me go live, but I still do need to think about what if anything I might want for a better camera. Anyway, so the pocket is there. We patterned in how we sewed it so that I could still do the proper quilting on the outside of the bag. I'll come back and reinforce. Oh no, I'm going to reinforce that on camera. I'm already way ahead of schedule on this. So now I've got a boxed bottom. I'm going to turn the camera for a second. So now I've got a box bottom tote bag. I already threw the camera off the table once because it's right at the edge of the table. So that is this. Now what I'm going to do, 18, 14. I forgot to measure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. When an unusual order comes in, it's just smart to take a quick look at. Oh, wait a second. Do we know who this person is? This is the difference between. It's not like I was going to cancel the order. I wouldn't want to throw somebody out the window like that. But okay. I'm just trying to get a straight line. Okay, so because of the way the bag is, I forget. Okay, 18, 16, 18. I'm going to do 20 inch. I'm going to do long straps. Okay. My mouse pad is in the way. My mouse pad is in the way. Yeah, Niecy decided to save up her pennies and buy everything all at once. Super grateful, though. So I'm just going to go 20 inches. That's going to have a nice 20-inch handle. That should be right. Or is that too short? Is 20 inches too short? Let's see. No, 20 inches looks nice. Look at that. Look at that, right where you can't see it. A 20-inch handle is going to go that high on a bag that big. That's perfect. Okay. I just realized 20 inches is not going to be big enough to go over a shoulder, but that's Lisa's problem. Lisa likes shoulder bags. I like handbags. So what we're going to do first. Okay. Before you manhandle this too much further, if you're using this polyester stuff, then you go, get your lighter going. Do not give into the urge to go. Just do it lightly. Done. 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 I am not doing anything here except going over this one. I'm going to go over a little tiny bit slower. Oh, that's not straight. That's why. All I'm doing here, this is not okay, you can fold it in half and then sew it down, right? Or you can just scorch the ends so that it won't unravel, and then just sew them down, which is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to sew them down, and then that'll be done. So I'm also going to clean up this as I go. This does not work for cotton. Don't try and do this to scorch down cotton ends, but if you're working with something with polyester, Oh, fine, shoulder bags all the way. No, this is a small bag. This is a small bag though. It's just to hold some eggs, a loaf of bread, put all the other grocery bags into. It is a little tiny bit smaller than I wanted it to be, but like I said, I did this on, well, do you guys want to put a longer strap on? How long is a shoulder strap? This is 20 inches. See, this is 20 inches. That already looks like it's a long enough strap, isn't it? Is that not a long enough strap to go over a shoulder? Or does it need to be like that? Yeah, I think it's probably too narrow for eggs because I took that existing cloth that was only 14 inches and trimmed it down, but it's still going to be nice for anything else. And I put a pocket in it because screw you. Put a handle on that and I'd rock it as my purse longer. How much longer? Okay, wait. You guys entertain yourselves. I'll be right back. Aha. La 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 la. Okay, those are done. They're just over there. I had to get this. I have to get this. I will tell you right now, never be afraid to use one thing to make another thing. Okay. Lisa likes these. Depends on the size of the shoulder. Yes, that too. Okay. So what you do is you fold it in half, you measure it, 12 to 24 inches. So a 24-inch handle. This I have this, but it's not the same material as this. So I've already done the 10-inch. I'll do these as long as I can, and we'll see what we end up with. I need 24, and I'm going to do, okay. This is long enough to do 24 inches, you big babies, all of you. God. Okay. Hey, Holly. We are having a lovely day. I am making a bag, and everybody is rebelling and making me make longer handles for it. Lucky for you guys. Okay, same as before. This is a do not give into the urge to super melt it. This is actually a little bit, all I'm doing is, I didn't hold the lighter. I didn't actually hold the lighter close enough. This is a weird one. This is a good lighter for this sort of stuff, but the flame is like, look at this. The flame, it's flaming. It's almost invisible. I can barely see it. And this one here has, pardon me. There, you guys have to tolerate the belt because I switched out for the longer handles for you guys. Okay. There. Okay. So the handles are ready. Now, I'm not going to iron. Okay, you can't really iron this type of material. It'll just melt. It's so easy to harm it. what I like to do, if you have material like this and you want to iron it, you know what you do? Not iron it, but what I discovered accidentally not too long ago is if you iron a piece of fabric and then iron the fabric, get it hot, take the iron, put this on it, and then just go like that. All it needs is a little bit of warmth. But you never want to iron this stuff directly. I wouldn't even recommend it with those fancy irons that have a special setting. So we're gonna wait for a minute on this. I'm gonna put this over here for just a second. Because we're gonna flip this back inside out. I'm not going to worry about these seams. I think I should reinforce this seam. Now, you know what? I'm just going to zigzag. I'm just going to zigzag over it. It's black. It's black fabric. It's black fabric with black thread. The two things to do are to put a piece of, you can cover it with a piece of fabric to help protect everything. You can zigzag with a walking foot because it's a forward motion, right? That's the one. You can zigzag with a walking foot because it's a forward motion, so it's fine. But if your walking foot does not like to zigzag, some don't, then you'll want to put a piece of fabric or something over it to protect it. I wonder if I should go up and down each side as well. I wonder. So this isn't anything. This is just a precautionary thing. Usually once these types of seams are put in, they don't go anywhere. Okay, let's go down the sides too since I can. Going down the sides is pretty simple. Doesn't really matter what end to start with. Zigzagging is a slow stitch and takes forever and ever to accomplish. Okay, zigzagging can be a super fast stitch. It just depends on how far apart you let your stitches be. You know what I got going on? My thread broke. Freaking thing. Oh, my thread tangled. My thread killed it. My thread committed suicide or something over here. I shouldn't use those words. That's rude. Anyway, I got the problem. There we go. I got it fixed. Every now and again, another thing I like about these machines. Okay. The one big complaint about my Janome, about Janome. Well, okay, I don't know if it's every Janome, but this Janome, it does not have a detector to tell you if your thread broke. So if you're going on a clip and didn't see it, then you are screwed because it cut all the way back here. Stringing machine, every machine that has these automatic stringers and stuff, they are not difficult to use. Once you get the hang of them, it's like boop, 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 and it's done. And it just feels like magic. Looks like magic. Well, that's not the one I want. I think my stitches are too tight together, and they don't need to be super tight. There we go. I can come back later and tighten the stitches up if I'm concerned. Yeah. Well, my Singer doesn't. My Singer doesn't have a. Yeah, my Singer does have a detector. If it detects the, I gotta double check on that one. My one machine, it had a detector. I don't have that machine anymore, but the one machine that I used to have, it had a cut detector because it was an embroidery machine. It kind of needed it, right? And but it was so sensitive that it would detect the thread was cut, even if you were just at the end of the spool. Once you're near the end of the spool, the tension eases off, right? So it would just detect that. This one here will stop. I think it will detect to a certain degree. I forget. I would have to double check the manual or something, or just go break some thread. This one just goes forever. I was like, but considering all the bells and whistles that are in this machine, why is that the one thing they decided not to bother with? So when you're going down into an area where you've already stitched a bunch of stuff up, you might not be able to get in there the way you want, but it's not going to wreck anything if you miss a couple of stitches near a corner. So, almost done. Yeah, this is black on black. Black thread on black. And it's variegated black too, so, which means that I'm even having a hard time spotting any loose threads. There's still going to be a little bit of fraying here initially until it reaches the zigzag stitches, and then it just stops. So, let's turn the camera. Now, you can eyeball it, or you can make marks. You can do whatever you want. I like to. That's my short one, though. I want a longer one. It's up there. I'm looking down on this shelf for all this stuff. I got to. This makes a lovely little light duty shelf too. Okay, so now when you look at this, when you fold this down, when you open up this, you know that you can only go to there. So the handle can only go. The handles can only go no further out than this, or it's getting into where the bend is. Don't forget, this is a nice, generous, like 4 inches, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fold that in like that. I'm just folding these in. There's a little thread there. There's a little hook. I don't know. Oh, I know what it is. Don't cut the fabric. There we go. I'm just going to fold that in like that. Oops, get you in there. Get you in there properly. I'm just folding down the bag along the mark of where the bottom is right now. Going to be. So that I can figure out where I want the handles to be. I want the handles to be. That's wrong. That's about right. That's about right. All right. Handles can go here and here. I'm putting the handles on the inside. Okay, I'll put that in there. That's about right. They're going to look a little close. No, maybe I can go. Yeah, they're going to be a little bit close together. Placing the handles is just, it's not the end of the world. That's about a third. Yeah, that's about a third. About a third of the way in. Placing the other handles, placing the first 2 handles is a pain in the ass. Because you want to make sure that they're where you want them to be, yada, yada, yada. Placing the next handles is really easy. It doesn't matter what you do. Just place the next handle and make sure that they're place next handle right on top, but opposite. This next handle is right on top of, right opposite of the first handles. Well, that didn't go where I wanted it to. That's okay. That's about right. Handles can be a pain in the ass because it's really easy to get them off-centered, and then it's not fun. There we go. There we go. Okay. handles are placed, and the handles are on the inside for this one because it's not going to be a big enough or a heavy enough bag for it to matter. Oh, that's perfect because they're lined up with that pocket. Okay, let's go back over here. You don't necessarily have to take off. When these are off, that's for, generally speaking, that is for, you can do this one of two ways. If you flip it inside out, I'm going to flip this inside out and hope that I don't stab myself to death with the pins because I like to be able to watch where this is, I like to be able to watch where the handle is lining up. And I can't see that if I do it inside. Right. Normally you would have the handles connecting. Well, I guess not normally. I would normally connect the handles from the outside. It depends on it really does depend on what I'm doing. So I need to close my mouth and not say too much to make myself look even sillier than I am already. Okay. So we just do that because I want this to be. I kind of want this to line up with that piece there. Ooh, let's do that. Let's put that. I'm going to put that just on the other side. Okay. I'm talking to myself because I'm just trying to double check where I'm going to put. You could end up lining this up all the way down to here and having a problem. It's not a heavy duty bag. Oh, that was a mistake. I guess I'm doing them all that way now. I left my zigzag stitch on. Okay. Cut it. I'm just going to zigzag them on, apparently, because I screwed that up, and now they're all zigzagged anyway, whether I want them to be or not. That's not bad. It's right on the thing, so it's not super obvious. It's not super obvious, and if you do it all the way around, then it has a level of intent to it that looks like that's what it's supposed to be. I'm not going to do it as heavy on the next one, but let's do that. Okay. So let's line these up. Take the pin out. I can take it once you have it lined up. Once you know where you're going to be lining it up. You're okay to take the pin out. There we go. That one comes out. That one goes in. Pick it up a little bit. If anybody's like my wife, yeah, Lisa loves it. I have to reinforce handles for my wife all the time. I'm afraid to weigh and find out just what. I made her every single tote bag I made her, she carries around like 50 pounds of stuff. So I'm used to having to make these heavy duty seams. Let's see what that one's going to go there. Do. So I'm going the rest of the way back to you. Why are you not going the rest of the way? There we go. It's not going to affect anything, but my finger kept slipping off the button and I wasn't getting the back stitch I needed. Let's just do it back early. Let's back stitch early. Yeah, that was okay. That's fine. I got black on black going here. Yeah. Oh, Lisa loads up everything. Lisa puts everything in her bag. I made her. Yeah, they've lasted though, so I guess I've got that point of pride going for me. They've lasted. They haven't come apart. There we go. one's done. Last one. Oh my God, guys, this is done. Come on. The grand reveal. Yeah, exactly. I pick up her purse and I'm like, what the hell are you doing there? All I want is something to haul around some groceries. And she's like, no. I need to carry one of anything. I've got. Oh, I can't move that. Okay. I wear glasses. I'm not blind. But the one color thing that I have the most difficulty with is black on black. And I've got a lot of threads to trim. And I don't want to do it. Yeah, so if you ever get a bag from me and you notice loose threads, double check what color it was. It was probably the black bags. I spend the time and I get the threads, but if I'm gonna miss one, if I'm gonna miss a loose thread, that's where I'm gonna miss it, is on the darker bags. Okay, grand reveal. Yeah, it gets heavy. Lisa puts everything in her bag. There you go. Okay, so we have a cute little bag. I made a cute little bag. There. The back, well, that's fine. The back doesn't have to match the front perfectly. And then it lets you focus more energy and time in the front. Oh yeah, good quality paper is like really heavy. So yeah, so it is an insulated, well, okay, it's a padded tote bag, but if you're using it, if you're using it for groceries, which is what I meant, well, that's what I would use it for. I don't know what Lisa's going to do with it. Unless I make her give it away. Should I give this to Lisa, or should I do a giveaway? Should I give it away? Like, I don't know. I don't think Lisa wants it. I think Lisa would be fine without it. Don't tell me. No. This is twisted. I gotta fix it. Fix. Where is my flicker? Do. Oh, honey, you like giving things away. Look at Lisa. Nothing to say over there. Might not be a giveaway. I screwed this up. This is twisted. See? This one's fine. This one's fine, but this one has a twist. Let's see if I can even, I don't know if I can. Yeah, I think Lisa has something else to say about that. Let me see. Okay, but one handle twisted, and I need to. I'm gonna blind everybody for a minute. If I don't have black on black, if I don't have the extra lighting, I'm not gonna know if I can fix this. It's twisted. Yeah, seam ripper. That's what I got out right now. It's going. My problem is it's black on black. I can't rip it from the front. I'm gonna have it. Well, I can rip it from the front. I just gotta be really careful. There we go. It's always that last little mistake right at the very end that does it to you, eh? Let me see. Sometimes, every now and again, let's get over here. Sometimes the more direct light, yeah, there we go. Sometimes the more direct light that you get from the sewing machine light can be really helpful for this stuff. Good news is that it's not, this one here isn't as, zigzag stitches are easier to pick out quite often. Okay, we gotta see if I can fix it. If I can't fix it, then I guess Lisa gets to keep it. Hey, Lisa, it's garbage. You can have it now. Oh, yeah, it's going. It's going. Get lots of light in here. I'm going to be all googly-eyed, though. No, it's more fun if we pretend that you're not okay with it, because then we can just like taunt, torment, be mean. Just saying. I figured out what I'm going to do here. It's going to be easy. Oh, first layer's off. First piece is off. I will say, there we go. Is that going to go? I just got to, my issue is not the, if it was different colors, I'd have a different level of confidence as to whether I can tear this out without tearing it up, but that's fine. Okay. Hey, Lisa's still here. Can you get into StreamYard and set up a giveaway, hon? We could do it right now. Yeah, hashtag pick on Lisa. There it is. I'm getting it. It's gonna go. I can fix it. I can fix it. It's just all about making sure that I can see what the hell I'm doing. Got it. Almost. Almost. So there you go. We got a. I know. Oh, that's what happened. That's what happened here, Wandering Rich. I don't know if you caught this. I found out that this was going to be a tarot mat, and just as I was like 6 inches away from finishing the last doing the last of the self binding, I realized that there was a slice in the fabric. It was like, okay, well, I'm going to save it and turn it into something else. Good news is that this webbing is kind of chewing itself up. So I'm just gonna, this handle is gonna be like a 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch shorter than the other handle, and then we're fine. There we go. There we go. There we go. Are we doing it? Did it. Okay, it's off. Now, just gonna break up some of these excess stitches. You guys entertain yourselves over there. I'm just, dealing with shit. There it is. That's not the fabric, so I can do it. Oh yeah, I'll be vacuuming that up later. There. So hashtag tote, no spaces, just exactly like Lisa put it there. Type it in now, and once I've got this repaired, you guys have got lots of time. Once I've got this handle back on, we'll draw for it. We'll make sure I can actually do it. We'll make sure that I actually get it this time. There we go. Okay, that one's done. So the handle is going to be, that's all I lost. That's all I lost was that much of the handle. So it's not even going to be noticeable. Yay! There we go. Did that a little bit better than before. And now, let's Sorry about the snurfing though. I gotta go blow my nose. I'll be right back. So I step away to be polite, and then I don't turn the sound off. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thanks for pointing that out, hon. Don't worry, nothing's wrecked here. I cut everything from the back, and now I just got to remove it from the front. But it's already been cut. It's just there we go. It's beautiful. Okay, so, well, I guess it was a self-fulfilling prophecy when I said black on black. If you find loose threads, because you're probably the winner is probably gonna find loose threads that I'm just not gonna see. Okay, now, okay. That's right. That's right. Which direction am I looking at? Oh, everything is all in the wrong angle. Everything's all wrong. Okay. Everything felt like it feel okay. I'm gonna do this properly. I went over there at the I went over there. I reached over. Yeah, it's going to be the same size. I won't. There you go. I flipped it inside out so that I make sure if I pull this off and it is in reverse again, I am going to scream. There we go. It's fine. Okay. Okay. Let me go over to the other one. Come on, get in there. There we go. I went too far. That's okay. At least you pin down. There we go. Now, is it right this time? Why, yes, it is. There we go. Oops. Turn the camera. One last thing to do. I will tell you that when you were working with scrap and all that stuff, make sure you, okay, like, this is washable, so no big deal there, but, you know, I cut up all those black threads that I just took off, and just gets a little fuzzy. I always try to do that whenever I'm working with batting anyway. Yeah. That piece just comes right off. Let's get this turned around. Well, yeah, honey, you're still there. You want to just start the wheel of misfortune and see who gets this? There you go. It's done. It is done. That is how you that is how you salvage your scrap. Oh yeah, lint roller is an absolute must. But yeah, so that's done. It's a tote bag with a pocket with a lovely little pocket. It's not the biggest pocket in the world, but there's a nice little pocket right inside. 6 inches by 7 inches, wasn't it? 6 inches by 6 inches wide by 6 inches deep by 7 inches wide. So it's kind of squarish. Do a couple things if you want to. And it's quilted, which means that for short trips, it's going to be it's not as effective as a properly insulated bag, but like you can put cold stuff, ice cream or whatever in there, and it'll be fine for like, yeah, that's obvious. I gotta trim that. Don't worry, nothing to see here. That's where I made the repair. I think this is where I made the repair. I can go in there and do it. I just don't have it set up or anything. So, Lisa's doing stuff. Device is not connected. Do I need to do something? Oh, there we go. Lisa's doing it. Okay, so only 4 entries, so whoever wins has a 25% chance of winning. These are actually really simple to make. Oh, Lisa's name is in there, so if she wins, she has to do it again. Niece, Casey, you win. I guess you're getting. I guess it's going to be in your mail that's going out tonight. We already have your address, so we don't need that. Yeah, we already have your address. We'll just sort in with your order. Nisi already made she made a big order with us recently, so that's going out tonight. So congratulations! Thanks for taking care of that, Lisa, my honey bunny. So there you go. So that's going on tonight. I will have Lisa take one more look. She's usually my double checker for black on black, loose threads or whatever. But yeah, that's yours. That's yours. You can load it up with whatever you want. It's the right size for a nice little market bag too. Goes over the shoulder like everybody wanted. Yeah, that worked out really well, honey. Thank you. Okay, I've got everything I need to do that on my end, but I'm already messing around with this, so then I would have been just setting up the stream now, just setting up the thing now. Well, you won this time, so yeah. So it's over. It's not angled. That's just. It's what? It's kind of. There's the bottom. There's the bottom. There. I have successfully avoided another day of doing the boring work and got to do something fun for a change. What time is it now? Oh, it's 3:30. So I suppose it's perfect timing. It took me an hour and a half, but let's face it, I was mostly talking and taking my time. So messing things up. But yeah, nice little shoulder bag. It's reinforced. I always do them. I have Lisa. I have a Lisa who puts everything in her power in there, so it's always reinforced. So yeah, congratulations. Thanks for playing. So anyway, now what? I gotta get back to work now. I don't want to go. This is actually I look at this. It's almost exactly an hour and a half. It's like, wow. You guys are great for coming to hang out with me, especially since I didn't even think I don't know if Lisa didn't get here for that part. I did not. We set up the stream. I never posted it anywhere. These are just the lovely, lovely people who happened to notice me and came to visit anyway. So yeah, I love this. I was gonna call it Stitch and Bitch, but I was gonna start doing something called, I wanted to start a series called Stitch and Bitch where I can just come on, stitch, talk about anything, do whatever, just do my regular work or do one-off product. But then we realized if I put the word bitch in a title, in a YouTube title, nobody will ever see this video because I don't think they would let it go. But anyway, No, this was fun. This was fun. And honestly, this doesn't take as long as it seems like, because I'm always slowing down, backing up, explaining things, that sort of thing. I mean, it's still going to be about, it's about an hour. I think it's about an hour to make one of these bags. If you're just making one of these bags like this, then it's only about an hour to make a bag. It's not that bad if you're not dicking around and whatever. Yeah, I can't use that name though. If I title it Stitchin' Bitch, then YouTube will just not be very happy with me. But we can privately call it a Stitchin' Bitch. But I have been thinking that I think I'm going to start coming on every other Monday here doing a live, because I also do live readings on Lisa's channel. Yeah, Stitchin' Bitch. I need it to happen too. It's like so sewing is a very quiet, solitary thing to do. So being able to sew while you're mouthing off about whatever to somebody, it makes it a lot more fun. It's a nice little break from the regular day-to-day stuff. I also like watching. I'm much better with tarot than sewing, but I keep trying. Oh, I appreciate when anybody comes in. I expect that half the time I start just going, oh, I'm just going to be talking to the void and nobody's going to show up. It's just something for me to do. But I think I'm going to start doing these more regularly because I don't have to have a particular project in mind. I've also got to do, I've been teasing, I was teasing you guys about doing that Bridget's Cross. The Bridget's Cross thing. I want to do a speed run on that one and then do a giveaway on that. That's still coming. I just haven't found the time to do it. But it's like, well, what if I just do a Stitchin' Bitch, work on it? What if I come on, what if every Monday I come on, I work on it in real time and then stay on for a little bit, work on it in real time and then put it away until the next time so that by the time it's done, that might be fun. I don't know. But yeah, I forget we heard this term a long time ago. Where people just get together for regular, just people get together at each other's houses. And this is the same thing. I'm in my house, so. Oh, yeah, I would love that. I would love ideas on stuff that you'd like to learn. Like, I mean, we can do all sorts of stuff. And some of the stuff, and there's some stuff, I don't know how to express this, but like, okay, like with quilting and stuff like that, right? I'm still learning quilting. I mean, I've got the basics of using the sewing machine, but I'm still learning how to quilt. So if it's like, hey, I want to see this, it's like, okay, well, then let's learn how to do it together. Let's work on it together because, like, what do I want to do? I want to do a disappearing 9 patch. I know it's simple and I know it's easy. I've just never done one because I'm still working on lining up for perfect points and all that stuff. Yeah, boxing corners, there's 3 ways to do it. Yeah, I mean, I can even just whip together a small whatever just to show boxing corners. Making a quilt from old. I can show you how to do that. That's really easy. I can if you go look at the thing that I did showing how to do this. Skip all the way ahead to the part where I'm done and finishing it up. No, I said that's a bad one. That's a bad one. I can show you how to do that though. See, it's easy. It's actually really easy. There's a whole bunch of ways to do that. But yeah, we can come up with different ideas. And you know what? We can stitch and bitch. So we can talk about whatever. And then you guys can babble up, chat among yourselves or quietly ignore each other. I've got so much fabric here. It's like, oh, hey, can you show me how to do this? Yeah, sure. Let me just get this. So we can do that. Yeah, I so long and block of the month and stuff like that. I've never done that. Okay, I'm busy with my day-to-day sewing. Where's my pile for today? Where's my pile? Oh no, I lost my pile. I've lost my pile. The thing I'm gonna set that over there where it's not gonna get wrecked. Where's my pile? Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, I've got that to do. I got that to put away. That's just a grocery bag. Here's my pile. This is what I'm working on for the rest of the day. Smalls. I've got them all prepped and ready to go. And now I have to trim them all up, flip them. Oh, we could do that. Oh, you know what? Okay. How's this for an idea? We'll do a sew along. Now, you can do a sew along by hand or not by hand. No, I don't know. That wouldn't. I was going to say we could do a sew along, send it all in to make something, and then I can do a giveaway for it. But you guys would have to be okay with the idea that random people could come in. Okay, if some random person had wandered in the last 20 minutes and then entered the draw for that bag and won it, nobody's going to care. But if you put the work into making something and send it in, if you decide you care, or we could just donate it. I could just donate it. There's always some place around here to donate stuff to, but okay, so it's done. So I'm going to start showing up here around 2:00. Is Monday a good day? Is daytime a good time of day? Is it better? Because, I mean, for some of you guys, it's already going on to 6:00 in the evening if you're out in the East Coast. I don't care. I've got nothing better to do. I'm thinking as I go. These all sound like really good ideas. But yeah, I want to do a it's called a disappearing 9 patch, I think it is. And it's this really cool design, but I've never had the time. It looks easy, but I've never had the time to do it. I've also wanted, there's a bunch of different stuff that I want to do. Hey, I'll show you what I just did though. Whoa. I'll do that. There is so much crap on my floor, I don't even know where to start. I can show you guys how to do these. These are actually, they're easy, but they're hard. I don't know. They're as easy or as hard as you want to make them, but you can do these by hand without a sewing machine. I don't make a stick with stuff that requires a sewing machine. We could even go through, I've got 3 different machines. I've got a brother, a Singer, and I've got the Janome. We can even go through live cleaning them. There's basic cleaning that you do that you should be doing yourself. And then there's more advanced cleaning. And I know, so, okay, I'm pretty sure one of you guys in here is already like a quilter. Sorry. I'm pretty sure one of you guys in here is already a quilter and is like, why do I know how to do that? But it's just hanging out. Going over point by point how to open up your machine and clean it, things like that. Going over point by point how to thread your machine, and we don't have to focus on that. But if I come in every Monday and we start working on a project like that, and you guys either just watch and enjoy or sew along, because I'm not going to care if you're sewing along or not, right? I just like the company. And then if you guys want to know simple things, how do I thread my machine? How do I use a needle threader? I've got the needle threaders to do it by hand. You know, these guys. Yeah, these guys. How do I use these? See, yeah, I got to figure out the camera though. Like, this is a needle threader for people who don't have, because these needle threaders on the machines, they break all the time, right? Little tiny troubleshooting things. This is going on. How do I fix that? It's like, I don't know. Yeah, I have a Singer, a Janome, and a brother. I have 2 Singer. Well, the Singer I have is the exact same machine. Anyway. Now I'm just settling into chit-chatting. Which is fine. I'm trying to avoid work. It's fine. But yeah, like we can go over. Yeah, you know what? Okay. Who wants to? I mean, there's only 10 of us left right now, anyways. Right now, so because I gotta stop this soon anyway. But who would want to turn it into a tarot mat and do their own, that sort of thing? Because we can work on that sort of stuff anyway. Now my brain. Here's the thing: the brain is going, so the mouth is stopping. But no, I'm gonna start doing these at least every other Monday. I might come in every week. I might come in on Monday one week, and then maybe Monday, Wednesday, or stuff like that. I don't know how we're going to work that, but I like doing these videos. So I like doing videos. It's fun. So I am going to, in the meantime, Nisa's got a brother and my mother-in-law's old Singer. The old Singers are really great machines. If it's still working, then as long as you know how to clean it or get it cleaned, then but yeah, so I'm gonna be doing readings on Lisa's channel next Monday. Monday after that, for sure, I'll be back here. And if I come up with a fun thought idea or whatever, I'll be back. And next time I actually next time I do a video, I will actually make an effort to put an announcement in somewhere. I've got a community tab. I just got to use it. So anyway, I'm looking at my computer here and the camera's here, and it's like, hi. Well, that's what I should do. Yeah, I've got more of the Celtic fabric, but yeah. But like, see what this is something we can work on, because this is like a mini panel, right? That fabric. Do I have it out? Is it handy? It's not out. Oh, there it is. See, that fabric comes like this. So it's just getting the hang of trimming them out properly, so that they can trimming them out carefully, and then carefully, however you want to do it, and then putting them together with the other fabrics. And there's ways to do it quickly. There's ways to do it slowly. There's ways to do it carefully, not so carefully. Yeah. Maybe I'll save one of these. Maybe I'll save this and we'll make one together next week. Next time. That's, you know what, Lisa helps me find a lot of these too. But yeah, between Lisa and I, know you just gotta know what you're interested in, right? And I will tell you though, where did I get that? I'm kind of planning on doing a video of where some of my favorite sources of fabric are, because some of my favorite fabric sources all sell online. And because you go to some shops, you go to some sewing shops, and all they have is floral. And if I ran a business selling fabric, which I would love to do, I would love to open my own business selling fabric. If I ran a business selling fabric, what kind of fabric would I put in my business? Fabric that I like. So finding good fabric is about finding somebody whose tastes are similar to your own. But anyway, I'm going to get going now because I've been saying goodbye for half an hour. That's how it goes here. I am the queen of the 30-minute goodbye. But I will be back. I'll be back in a couple of weeks for sure. Maybe sooner, maybe not so sooner. And in the meantime, I'm going to get going. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for hanging out with me. It was a lot of fun. Congratulations again to Nisi. And in the meantime, I'm going to get going. I will be back later. Oh, when cutting, do you use a ruler or mat for measurements? It was tough. I was taught by different teachers, and I'm completely shit at accuracy. I prefer rulers. Like, I got this guy, but this is like a $40 ruler. I started just using the mats. What I focused on initially is projects that are a little bit forgiving if the sizing is a little bit off, and then going from there. But nowadays I really prefer the rulers. But I prefer, check this out. I prefer these. I prefer the big square rulers because they can really get accurate. But you know what I do? I will literally like lean. Like I will put my thing down like this, right? I'll put my thing down to get my line, and then I will literally like lean on it and then do my cut. If I'm worrying about getting a really, really accurate cut, then I use my rulers. Or I'll mark it. Sometimes I will mark it and then sew along the dotted line. I do a lot of that actually. So, but we can go over that. There's different projects, different ways, different systems. But anyway, I could get into answering questions all day long, but I'm going to be back. I'll be back sooner than later. I'll be on Lisa's channel next week doing tarot readings. So yeah, keeping you from your bye. Oh, I'm the queen of a 30-minute goodbye. So this is nothing. We used to joke around that We used to joke around. The best way to make sure that we leave in within 2 or 3 hours is to start saying goodbye as soon as we show up. So it's not a big deal. But I am going to get going. I do have some work to do that I have to get done, actual work. So I'm going to go do that. Thanks again for hanging out with me, guys, and I will see you soon on some channel somewhere. Bye.